Hello, hello. Come right on in, everybody. Carolyn Williams here with Money Reverse. We are here for Stock Savvy, day 4. This is our final day of Stock Savvy sessions. Please come right on in. And I'm getting a little bit sad because Stock Savvy's over. But I will do it again. I promise that I will do it again. I typically try to do this once a year, sometimes twice a year. And I want to get information out there, making sure that everybody's updated and have as much financial knowledge as they can. And since it's April, National Financial Literacy Month, that's the main month that I do it is in April. I'll do it sometimes again in the fall, but but let's don't talk about that. Let's talk about today's lesson. It's not over yet. So come right on in. It is Stock Savvy time. We have a jam-packed lesson today. Let me kind of share what our lesson is going to be about. And when you arrive, please say hello in the comments. Let me know that you're here. Say hello, hello, hello. Today, we're going to talk about what's happening with Bitcoin, and then we're also going to talk about how do we make money in the market? How do we make money in the market? We've learned some stuff, but how do I use what I've learned to make money in the market? So that's what we're going to do today. Hey, Phil, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come right on in. We're going to get started. You know, I'm going to share a little bit of wisdom with you guys as we get into the teaching, and I hope that it benefits somebody. It definitely is a lesson that I've learned today, and I want to make sure that I share out everything that I learn. I'm constantly learning, so come right on in. Come right on in. So let's get started. Hey, Bishop, bye-bye. Look at Phil says bye-bye-bye. I got to show everybody what I'm laughing at. Now, if you were not in Stock Savvy session day 1, I forget what day it was, but this is Phil's word, bye-bye-bye. This is Phil. Now, do you go by Phil or Philip? So he says bye-bye-bye, and I'm just laughing because you'll just have to go back and watch the video and see why we're laughing at bye-bye-bye. Okay, let's get started. Hey, Bishop, welcome. Thanks for joining in. Let's get started. Oh, there's my cousin. Hi. Hey, Rachel, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Let's get started in a word of prayer, everybody. We're going to get started in a word of prayer. So join with me. Father God, we thank you. We give you glory and honor. We lift your holy name. And Lord, in this final day of Stock Savvy sessions, our prayer is that you be glorified. Lord, I pray that your Holy Spirit will be shown through me, that I'll do things and say things that point people to you, whether they're here live watching at the time of the recording or watching on the replay. That is my heart's desire. So Lord, take me into this lesson and show me what needs to be shown to others. And Lord, I thank you that your Holy Spirit is touching hearts and minds, and that every bit of information that individuals need to get, they will get it, understand it, have it, and hold it. And Lord, I pray that as we end out these Stock Savvy sessions, everything that we've said today, pointing everybody to you, helping to understand that you are the owner and ruler of financial markets, and that information that comes about your financial markets can be received by your people and used to prosper and to give you glory. So Lord, let that be sealed in hearts and minds and in actions. In the matchless name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. Amen. Come right on in, everybody. We're going to get started. We got a full jam-packed day. We're going to talk about what's happening in the market, what's happening with Bitcoin, and then and then how do I get from where I am to making money in the market? Yeah, we're having fun. If you haven't been here all these days, see, this is Bye-Bye-Bye's wife saying, hey, I'm here, but I have no control over Mr. Bye-Bye-Bye. I'm sorry. If you haven't been here, it's an inside joke. But if you've been here, oh yeah, if you've been here, it's funny. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna tell you. You'll just have to go back and watch. I think it was day 2 and day 3 is when Mr. Bye 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 showed up. So you'll have to go back and watch those sessions. So let's get started. The first thing we're always going to do is have a biblical investing lesson. A biblical investing lesson. This lesson it says, prepare for more, then ask for more. 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verse 10, and the ISV version is used for this one. The scripture reads, later on, Jabez called on the God of Israel, asking him, whether you should bless me again and again, enlarge my territory, keep your power with me, keep me from evil, and keep me from harm. And God granted what he had requested. Now, again, that's 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verse 10, ISV version. Now, that is the prayer of Jabez. Now, I'm not going to talk about the prayer of Jabez. I just read the prayer of Jabez, but I want to associate this with the lesson, prepare for more, then ask for more. Now, I want you to make plans to do more for God. That's what Jabez's prayer was, because he had plans to do more for God. We're talking about money and finance. This is actually Stock Savvy. So we're really just talking about stocks here in this Stock Savvy sessions. So, but with that, I want to tell you, make plans to do more for God. I know we want to make plans to know more about the market and to make more money in the market and to be more savvy there. Those are definitely great aspirations to have. And I am your coach. I'd love to be your coach and help you to get there. But I want you to also make plans to do more for God. And then prepare to expand your influence. My goal here is that my influence is expanded, meaning I'm sharing more with you, that someone, when you share this out on your timeline, someone in your sphere that has never known about me will know about Carolyn Williams, learn a little bit more about the stock market, and then they'll also learn a little bit more about God. So that's how I want to plan to expand my influence. So I do this for you at no cost. And I just ask you to do some no cost things for me. And that's share it out, subscribe to my channel. We'll talk about that in a second. I want you to elevate your life in every way. Be the example that you should be. Be the example that is going to be one that is going to be blessed. You're blessed already. Be that example of a blessing. And then ask God to bless you in this. We're asking God for a lot of things, but let's get our hearts and minds and plans aligned to what he has called us to do, and then ask God to bless us in that. And then when that happens, financial increase comes. I know I'm a witness to that. So let's focus on the first 4 things. Make plans to do more for God, expand your influence, elevate your life in every way, and ask God to bless you in that. And in that, the financial increase comes. So again, the lesson is prepare for more and then ask for more. That's 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verse 10, ISV version. Be blessed, everybody. The information provided here today is for educational purposes only. Any market information that I share is purely commentary and should not be construed as investment advice. Nor should the information be construed as a solicitation to buy or sell any securities of any kind. Now we're going to talk about Bitcoin, but I first want to share with you that I learned a lesson today. I had a horrific day. I'm tearing because I'm laughing. I tear when I laugh. I had a horrible day. If there is anything from the moment that I got up and started to work, then it just seemed like there was something, everything coming at me was saying, you can't do that class tonight. You can't do that class tonight. I'm on a different computer. I've got a different camera. I've got a different everything. I have cheat sheets and links all on my phone because it just stopped working. everything. My MacBook is not working. I hope I look okay. I hope the camera is doing okay. But I was working up until 15 minutes ago just to get the technology set up. And when you have a digital business, technology is your business. So and then I got phone calls and text about everything except my business. So it was like, I was telling, so if you're one of the people that called or reached out to me and you're watching this, I'm sorry, I could not respond today. I was in I was in a crisis mode, getting things working. But the lesson for you is to press through. There's things that you need to do, and there's people that need you to do them. It may seem like it's unimportant. When things start to go awry, I don't want you to be discouraged. I want you to keep pressing through. Call who you need to call to get some help. And if it was me today that you were calling for help, sometimes they may not respond right away, but you do have people that are backing you. So when I signed on today and I saw Mr. Bye, 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 the very first thing, it made me laugh. I was like, see, I needed to be here. So I just want to encourage you to keep pressing on. Don't let discouragement and don't let hard times stop you from doing what you know you're supposed to do. Whether it's call somebody, the Lord put somebody on your heart, whether it's call somebody, reach out to somebody and you get busy, even if it's late, send them a text. Do what you're supposed to do. The distractions are just that, distractions. And so don't be distracted from doing what you're supposed to do. Okay? Good. Thank you for showing up. I'm here doing what I'm supposed to do. And I had distractions all day up until 15 minutes ago. I knew I was going to do it. I didn't know if I was going to be on my phone or what. But I said, I'm doing this. But I don't know if I'm going to be on the phone or what. But thank God I'm on a computer and looks like it's working. So thank God for backups. Okay, so let's talk about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. I want to talk to you about Bitcoin. Is anybody here, before I go into Bitcoin, is anybody here, do you own Bitcoin? If you own Bitcoin, or let's just talk about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. If you own Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, put in the comments, I own Bitcoin, or I own, other cryptocurrencies, whichever ones that you own. So I own Dogecoin or what have you. Let me know if you own some. If you know about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, just let me know. I want to figure out who we have here. Let me know. I know something about this. And if you're completely clueless and don't know anything about any cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, say, I'm not in the know. I'm not in the know. So yeah, I just want to kind of share what I do. Again, the Stock Savvy sessions, they're set up where you don't have to have any type of knowledge to come into these sessions and get something, but I want to make it beneficial for everybody. If everybody that's here says, I own crypto, then I'm going to say, let's go past all of this elementary stuff and let's just jump right into it. It says, I want to, I'm not afraid, I'm a little bit afraid, I want to, I own crypto, I'm not in the know. Excellent, good deal, good. We got right there. That's 3 individuals that showed me that, yeah, thank you guys. It really helps me to know who we have here. So let me kind of talk to you about crypto a bit. Cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. I'm going to focus on Bitcoin, but I'm going to first talk about what digital currencies are. It's just that cryptocurrency is a digital currency. It's a currency of money. It's an exchange of money that's used. Just like any money exchange, it has to be accepted by both parties or it's not considered, money. You can give me I have some money from all over the world. I have some euros here. And if I wanted to give you euros, you would go, well, that's no good for me, because it's not accepted here. Euros are not accepted in the US, but you go to any European country, euros are great. So I always have euros so that when I travel to Europe, I have money on me as I'm traveling. So, but it has to be accepted by both sides. Digital currencies were created, they've been around for a long time, but in 2008, when it was first introduced, Bitcoin became the most popular digital currency. It's used all around the world, not just here in the US, it's all around the world. Now, look at the picture here on the right-hand side. It's a picture that depicts Bitcoin as a coin with a B on it. But just know there is no coin. There's nothing you get when you buy crypto, you get nothing. You get a digital stamp in the blockchain that says that you own that. It doesn't mean that it doesn't work. Just like when you receive money in PayPal, you don't get anything in your hand, but you get it digitally. Cryptocurrencies are just that same way, and they're used around the world. Now, the Bitcoin has become more mainstream over the last few years, and it's been accepted by a large number of companies, meaning companies are saying this is a real thing, and we want to buy Bitcoin and put it on our books. I'll tell you, whenever there was the war, the Eastern Europe conflict, well, it's still going on now with Russia and Ukraine. One thing that a lot of countries did is they put sanctions on Russia, and they said, we're not taking your money anymore. The first thing that the Russians did is they started using cryptocurrency. They started using Bitcoin to do transactions, because a lot of countries, including the US, said that we would not accept their money anymore. We would not accept any transactions from them. So they went underground and they started using a lot of cryptocurrencies. So Bitcoin is the most popular cryptocurrency. So it is a real thing. It's all digital, but it's just as real from a money perspective as PayPal and Cash App. Meaning you don't get physical money, but if you get a little ding and you get a Cash App, transaction, you get pretty happy about it. So again, not physical. It's served by peer-to-peer networks. It's anonymous, meaning there's a blockchain that shows that you own it by a number, but not by a name. And it's decentralized, it's unregulated. There's no regulatory bodies around this. Now, there are activities circling around in the US about adding some regulation to here. So just like you got the SEC to regulate your stocks, you got the SEC to regulate businesses and finance, you got FINRA that regulates stocks. There's no regulations here. And so it's decentralized and unregulated. So that's what I want you to know about cryptocurrencies. So let's talk about what's been happening with Bitcoin over the last period of time. You say, okay, so one Bitcoin is worth what? Here are some numbers that show you one Bitcoin was worth these prices. In 2020, $9,371. Wow, that's a lot. But look at where it went. In 2021, up to $60,810. And then in 2022, $34,000. So look at the numbers and look how big of a fluctuation that there is. I just pulled these as random numbers, and across this time. In 2021, I pulled a lot because we saw a lot of movement there. A lot of movement in 2021 when we had the COVID crisis. So that's when it really started taking off. Let me show you what it looks like right now. When I looked at Bitcoin earlier today, and I'm going to look at it right now. I'm going to look at it right now and tell you how much Bitcoin is trading at. One Bitcoin right now is $96,685.76. So it's a little bit up from where it was earlier today. Earlier today, it was $96,625.24. The all-time high that Bitcoin has ever been is $109,114.88 for one Bitcoin, for one. And that was December 16th of last year. The lowest in the year 2024 that it ever was $49,121, and that was in August. So look at this. In 4 months, Bitcoin had a swing of just about $60,000 in 4 months. If you have bought one Bitcoin in 4 months, between the all-time low and the all-time high in 2024, you could have made up to $60,000 with one Bitcoin. Now, I have watched Bitcoin, and I'm watching Bitcoin now. It can move up to $3,000 in a single day. Today alone, right now, as I'm looking at it, it is up $2,725.24. Again, if you had bought one Bitcoin, it would be up $2,726.41 just today. Now, it's very volatile, so it'll swing down that much too. You'll see it go up to $3,000 and then down 3,000 or down 5,000 or down 2,000 3 days in a row. So it's very volatile. But what I want you to know is that this is moving. This is moving. Now, Bitcoin never closes. The reason I can look at it and tell you right now what prices are is that it trades 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It never stops trading. Christmas Day, Bitcoin is trading. New Year's Day, Bitcoin is trading. Easter Sunday, Bitcoin is trading. So it never closes. It is always trading. Now, companies, I don't own Bitcoin. I do own some other cryptocurrencies. By the time I started looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin was too much. It was like back here, 9,000. I was like, oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And look, it could have been at 109,000, but I would not do that. But what I did is I said, wait a minute, let me look at company stocks that are moving with Bitcoin. There are different companies that service this industry. Bitcoin miners, there's Bitcoin banking, there's all types of service industries for Bitcoin. And so those companies, some of them are publicly traded. So guess what? When the price of a single Bitcoin goes high, then these companies that service Bitcoin, their stock prices move too. A lot of their stock prices move with the price of Bitcoin. So what I started doing is I started trading stocks that move with the price of Bitcoin. So when you see Bitcoin with a run like it's doing now, then you will see these company stocks. When Bitcoin is going up, these company stocks go up. When Bitcoin is going down, these company stocks go down as well. So this is a play that I use for my trading. When I was unable to watch trading, unable to really pay attention to a lot of trading, this is the market play that I had. In September, I had some major family things that was going on. I was back and forth between Arkansas and Dallas for the last 6 months as I was helping to take care of my mom. I could not pay attention to trading. My traders that were in my group, I said, guys, I cannot trade with you. You can stay in the group. I may pop in every now and then, but I can't trade with you. And as a matter of fact, you don't have to pay me. I had them not even pay me. So I haven't made any money in 6 months because I was so focused on doing the things that I needed to do for my family. But the one thing that I could do is I could watch Bitcoin. Why? Because it never closes. It trades 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If I have time at 9:30 at night or 6 o'clock in the morning when markets aren't open, whatever time I'm up doing whatever I'm doing, then I can understand what's going on with Bitcoins. And that gave me a leg up to say, how are the stocks that are going to be moving with the price of Bitcoin? What are they going to do when the market opens? What are they going to do when the market closes? So this was a play that I worked with, that I used this play for a number of months. I shared this with my traders, and most of my traders jumped on this as well. So we have a listing. We have one stock that we traded, and it's not doing what it was doing, but this stock was trading at $2, $3, and our goal was to make $500 a week on this stock, and most weeks we did, just that one stock. So this is a market play for stock traders. So I want you to know that this is something that you can do also. Now, if you have taken my 21 days class, I'm going to teach this strategy in my graduates group. And so I'm going to actually lay out the stocks, lay out what we trade and what to watch and when to trade and when to get in and when to get out. Now, that's if you're a trader. If you're an investor, this is a bit too volatile for you, is what I'm thinking. And the difference between trading and investing is investors are looking to make money for the long term. Investors are really looking, the perfect world for an investor is that stocks go like this, just up very slowly. Don't go too fast, because on this roller coaster, my stomach can't take it. And so, but for traders, this is perfect because Bitcoin goes like this. And for traders, that's what you're looking for. What a trader does is try to get in and out of a stock with a profit in the shortest amount of time possible. That could be 1 hour, that could be 3 days, it could be 1 week, it could be 1 day. But the goal is to get in and out with a profit as soon as possible. So it takes a lot of watching. It takes watching, or it takes understanding this so you can set up automated trades. And we do both. So with that, if you have trading on your mind, Bitcoin and stocks related to Bitcoin is what I want you to be interested in. Not buying the Bitcoin, but finding stocks that trade and match the price of Bitcoin, so that when you see it make a run, if it's at 96,000 now and it's been at 109,000, then you can bet it's going to go down some and then it's going to go up some. So we just don't know, but it does. When it moves, and it moves every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, post them in the comments. Now, what we're going to talk about now is how do I use the stock market knowledge that I've gained through Stock Savvy sessions. You have been here. Those of you that have been here for more than 1 day, or tell me if you've been here for every session, just put in the comments that I've been here for every session. Even if you watched it on the replay, if you've been here for every session, just put in the comments every session. I have seen some of you for every session. If you haven't been here for every session, just let me know how many sessions have you been here. If this is your first session, just say first session. And I want to thank you for showing up. I want to applaud you and thank you, because if you showed up, that tells me that this is something that has been interesting to you, and it validates that I need to do this. So because there's so many things pulling for your time, I know. It's not that you have nothing to do and you just scrolled across there and you stopped and started watching. That's not our lives. Your life is so full. I know that you said, wait, I'm going to watch this, even if I'm watching on my phone while I'm doing something else. So with that, I want to thank you. I see every session. Yeah. Thank you. Every session. There we go. Every session. Yeah, every session. Thank you guys for showing up. Oh, we got a first session. Now, there we go. Sergio's first session. Everybody's welcome. Welcome, Sergio, everybody. Say welcome. Barbara has been here for 2 sessions. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for coming back. And I applaud you, and you need to applaud yourself. Now, the prayer that I had at the first of this was that everything that you got, that it's sealed, that it is not just a webinar that you watch and you go away and you don't know anything afterwards. Everything you're going to have here, you're going to have it. That's the anointing that the Lord gave me in teaching, which is why I teach. That's just an anointing that he put on me. When people take my stock class, they say, we're going to take notes. They say, Carolyn, we don't even need the notes. And I go, that's my prayer. That's my prayer, is that we can keep going higher and higher, because when you learn from me, it's sealed. It's sealed. Hallelujah. There we go. Every session. Bye. There we go. That's so funny to me. Okay, so let's go. What do you do? So those of you, you've been here for more, even if it's your first session. I'm going to tell you, if you haven't watched any of the others, wherever you're watching right now, they're out there and they're available for you. When you get some time, each one is about 45 minutes to an hour. You get some time, just sit down and watch them. I think you're going to learn something from them. In the first session, we went through the U.S. market performance. We went through how stocks are doing, what the markets have done. And we did, in the second session, we did which stocks are up and which stocks are down. And in this session, we talked about Bitcoin. And in the third session, we talked about inflation and the Fed. So those are the things that we learned. In addition to learning how to research stocks, looking at market cap, dividends, all types of things about stocks. But this is the information that you learn, the soft information. What do you do with this? Is this just things that you hold in case you get on a game show one day? No, no, no. You can do something with this information now, not just helping you to get on a game show and win prizes with useless bits of information. No, it is not that at all. Now, with the market performance, what I want you to do with that is I want you to take that information about how the markets have performed, and I want you to look at your retirement savings and look at the performance that you've gotten over the last year. I shared information about what's happened in 2025 and all the information about 2024. Take the information about 2024, go look at your retirement savings and see how your investments have performed. Now, it's possible that if you're very conservative, you're not going to be as high as the stock market, but that's okay. If you see that the stock market has returned in 2024, the S&P returned 23% positive return. So if you are conservative and you got a 14, 15% return, that's great. That's great. There's nothing to sneeze at with that. So go look at your retirement savings, look at 2024 and just measure yourself and compare your performance to how the market actually did. And you may need to make some adjustments if you see that there's a big difference in how your portfolio performed and how the overall market did. Now, with stocks that are up, which stocks are down, if you have some non-retirement investments, I want you to look at those. I gave you updates on which sectors are doing well and which sectors are not doing so well. That may help you with your non-retirement savings, those trades that you're doing. And if you have, I first started a non-retirement portfolio simply because you know how you get to, I was an executive when I was in corporate, and you get to where they will not take any more money out of your check for your retirement account once you hit the maximum. And that would happen to me early up in the year. And so I go, wait a minute, I want to invest more. So I said, let me just go open my own account and open and start investing. So I have just as much money outside of my retirement accounts as I had in my retirement account. So that was my non-retirement investments. And so if you're in that situation, you say, I want to invest more, I want to make more with what I have, I don't want to spend all my money on food and clothes, then open a personal brokerage account and just start putting money in stocks. You can do that. It's possible. And then with what's happening with inflation and the Fed, this is where I want you to be aware of what's going on in the news. Know what's happening with inflation, what's happening with the Fed, what's happening with Bitcoin, and know how they affect your investments. So I just want you to take this information. I don't want it to be useless bits of information. There's things that you can do with it. Okay? Now, again, we've talked about what you have accomplished, and here it is, how big and how much. Day 1, day 2, interesting and rewarding stocks, and savvy stock charting. So with that, and then we went through multiple iterations of what's happening in the market. So those that have not been here for every session, these lessons are out here, and they're ready for you right now. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. With that, and I've shared with you what you can do with that information. But if you have not done anything yet, and if you are waiting, or no, what I'm going to do is share with you something else that you can do to use that information to your best benefit. But first, if you're waiting, why would you wait to elevate financially? Why would you wait to benefit in market times when you can see what's happening? Why would you wait to get with a group of folks that are doing the same thing you're doing, that's somewhat at the same educational level, that's learning from the same individual? Why would you wait to make money your employee, to have money work for you and you not work for money? You know, there's going to come a time when we all need to make money our employee. Money is who works for me. Okay, that's how we do it. Why would you wait for that? Why would you wait to get a coach that cares, that wants to see you progress, a praying coach that wants to help you through and are with you all the way, that's very transparent and laughs at very simple things very easily? And why would you wait to move into wealth? I want you to know that a lot of times when we wait, that is a trauma response. A waiting is a fear response. That's because you are fearing moving into something that is the unknown. A lot of times moving into the unknown is the improvement. So don't be afraid of that. Even if you choose to not work with Money Reverse, I do free things all the time, but I don't want you to wait. Find a coach, find a class that works for you. If this is something that you want to continue in, with the interest here, that we don't want to take this interest and just let it die. Because something else is going to come up that's not going to be as important to your future, and it's going to try to take your time. Just like what happened to me today. Something took all my time, but I wrestled that bear to the ground. And you know what? I'm a technology girl too. I'm a technology girl. Tech folks, I'll tell you, I'm not going to tell you here, but I'll tell you what happened. And when I tell y'all what happened, you're going to say, what? All today? This all happened today. It's all technology stuff. And I'm a technology major. Look. I get 2 degrees in technology and worked in technology for 28 years, for 30 years as a technology executive. And I had to wrestle it to the ground today, y'all. I had to wrestle it to the ground, but praise the Lord, I'm here. So I want you to know, if you're waiting, I want you to ask yourself why you're waiting and listen to your response and then see if it makes sense to you. And if it does, then continue to wait. Okay. Now, how do you go from where you are right now? Because you have learned some good stuff. You've learned things that can really help you in making money in the market. But there's 4 savvy steps that we need to take, because I haven't taught you how to make any money yet. I've just taught you stuff so in your mind, I hope you were going, I heard somebody say ding, ding, ding earlier here. I saw a ding, ding, ding. And when you hear that ding, 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 that means that you got an idea. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. Yep. That means that there's wheels turning. I understand how I can use this information. So when you get that ding, 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 then I want you to know that here's some 4 savvy steps that you want to take to making money in the market. There's 4 things that I want you to do. I want you to learn about and stay abreast of current market concepts, terms, events, and economic cycles. Second step, I want you to develop some stock research and stock watching skills and techniques. Know how to watch stocks, know how to research stocks. Number 3, I want you to understand you. I want you to understand your personal investing style, your personality, your time investment. How much time do you have to put in this? And then I need you to practice it. That's step number 4. Practice it and do it. Let's go through these steps. When I say go through, learn about and stay abreast of market concepts, market terminology, and economic cycles. There's the major indices here, the Dow, NASDAQ, the S&P 500, market sectors. We talked about all of these in the Stock Savvy session. Market sectors, volatility, earnings season, SEC, and so much more. There's a lot of these terms that I just want to roll off the tip of your tongue, that you can hear the news, you can hear regular news, and you can associate it with the stock market. If you turn on any financial channel, the conversations that they're having are not over your head. It doesn't take a lot to do this. It's just understanding this terminology and concepts, because we're smart individuals. We're not dumb. This is not difficult. Most financial people want to tell you that this is difficult, but it's not. It's just a new vernacular. Just like if you're in the medical field, you know about pulmonary and stuff. You know about stuff. It's different words that I don't know, but once I teach you the words, you'll know what they mean. I understand those words when they come up on my blood work and when my doctor and I talk about it. Okay, the second step, I want you to develop some stock research and stock watching skills and techniques. There's 2 ways of researching stocks. Fundamental analysis, this is where you're looking at company financials, you're looking at the health of the company, you're looking at the leaders and business strategies. A lot of what we did this week was fundamental analysis. And then there's technical analysis. This is where you're reviewing charts and graphs, and you're looking at trading histories and trading patterns. I want you to do both. Learn about fundamental analysis and technical analysis, and you're going to dig deep. In Money Reverse, I really like to focus on the fundamentals. When I'm trading, I like to look at graphs and charts, but the fundamentals of the company is what really is going to drive whether I buy and how much I buy, more so than a chart. Okay, especially in today's world where things are so volatile, charts are crazy. The third thing, I need you to understand your personal investing, your personal investing style, your personal personality, and then how much time you have, because your investments should fit you. Now, take a look at these marbles. Each of these marbles are unique. This marble up front here, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but it has a little dark spot in it, and it has a cute yellow swoosh in the middle. I don't see another marble that has a yellow swish in the middle like that. But trust me, there's nothing wrong with this marble. There is nothing wrong with this marble. It will play just as well as all the other marbles play. I don't want you to think that you have to fit you to match any particular coach, any particular teacher. I'm going to encourage you to be you, and I'm going to coach you as you, knowing that you're very conservative. All of my clients and I know all of my students too that's taken my class, because we do an individual personality assessment. Everybody does it. And I say for my conservative ones, this isn't for you. But for my aggressive ones, I need you to watch it. This is what we're going to do. So I want you to know you, and I want you to be you. You're going to be better when you're being you than trying to fit into some box. Okay. And then the fourth savvy step to get you from where you are to making money in the market is I need you to practice it and do it. I don't need you to wait. I don't need you to contemplate. I don't need you to think about it. You don't need to call anybody. You don't need to pray 8 times about it. I just need you to go do it. You got to get the courage and go out there and do it. Enough said. Now, how do you do that? Where can you get started? As I shared with you earlier, I'm going to tell you about my full program. You can get started right here with Money Reverse. My program is 21 days to stock market investing. This, just like Stock Savvy Sessions, there's no prior stock market knowledge that's required. Everything's going to be online with live web teaching and 3 live classes in 21 days. Each class is 2 hours. So you'll be able to access these classes via your smart device, your computer, your phone, or your tablet. I prefer you be on a tablet or computer. I want you to see things in big screen. We're going to have some video demos. I'm going to show you some charts and graphs and things, just like we did in the Stock Savvy Sessions. We're always going to have a biblical investing lesson. There's always going to be homework. There's going to be resource guides, and there's going to be group learning and live coaching. A lot of the same things that are in the Stock Savvy Sessions. As a matter of fact, with the Stock Savvy Sessions, I just scraped the top of my 21 days to stock market investing course, and I created the Stock Savvy Sessions. So it's this what you've had for the last 4 days on steroids. We just scraped the surface of all the things that will be shared. There's other things that's included here, an individual personality assessment. So this is where I'm going to give each of you an individual personality assessment to assess your investing personality. This is where we're going to come out and you're going to know if you're conservative, if you're moderate, if you're aggressive. And so we're going to understand you. You're going to understand you. I'm going to understand you, and everybody in the class, and then everybody in the graduates forum is going to understand you too. And you're going to understand everybody else's. The reason is because if you're very conservative and you bring out a trade that you want to do, the aggressive people are like, wait a minute, I don't think I want to do that. That thing ain't gonna move enough. Or worse than that, the aggressive people say, hey, I'm jumping into this stock. And the conservative one says, wait a minute, let me see. Oh, that's an aggressive person. Okay, that's why I'm feeling nervous about that. So it's okay. I want you to be you. So you're going to know you and know everybody else in your class by this investing personality assessment. I'll also share about me too. You're going to get 45 days of virtual trading. And that fourth step, when I said practice it and do it, That's how you're going to do it. For 45 days, I'm going to trade with you again in the real market using virtual money, using fake money. We'll be able to wake up every day and trade and see what our portfolios are doing. And you're not investing a penny yet. That's the fourth savvy step of practice it and do it. Let's just do it. You just got to do it. Okay. And then you also get access to the Graduates Forum. Everybody that's taken this course in the past have access to a Facebook group, and it is the Money Reverse 21 Days Graduates Forum. In there, we have advanced classes. I'm going to be teaching an advanced class next week, and it is going to be on this Bitcoin trade. On the Bitcoin trade that I was talking about. The video training library, there's over 200 videos of different courses that I've taught in the past that are out there. There's more virtual trading that's available to you. Whenever we have major things going on in the market, I will pop up and go live or make posts in this group, and then access to group coaching. Just ask a question in the group. You don't get me one-on-one, but you get me in group coaching. Just post a question in the group and I will answer it, and you get so much more. And that is a part of the Graduates Forum. This forum used to be that I would give you 6 months of this forum as a part of with this tuition, but now it's all the Graduates Forum. You're there for a lifetime. Those of you that are there now, you're there for a lifetime. Okay. I used to have monthly training in here, and I can't do the monthly training anymore. So I may do a quarterly training. And so with that, I can't do the monthly training. So I said, let's let everybody stay, and you at least have a forum that you're in. Okay. Now you get lifetime access to your class. When we do the live sessions, they're going to be recorded and they will be in Money Reverse University. You have lifetime access to this. If you've taken this before, there is no need to take this again. You have lifetime access to your course. If you've taken it before and want to take it again, you have to pay me again. So with that, that's the reason that I give you lifetime access, because things happen. You may have to step away from trading for a while. I've had to do that, just step away. And you want to come back and get brushed up, you can just go back and watch your class again. And so you have access to a live group coach, and that group coach is me, yours truly, Carolyn Williams. And then you also will have the option to join my Quick Money Trading Group. To join the Quick Money Trading Group, you have to take the 21 Days to Stock Market Investing course. The trading is so fast. And so I cannot teach in that trading group. As a matter of fact, there's another course that you're going to need to take before you get in the trading group, because there are so many strategies that we're using there, and I cannot teach it in the group. So with this, in this experience, I'm going to serve you as you learn to make money in the market. You will have me serving you. Now, I want to share with you, this course is something that, if this is something that you've thought of in the past, I would love to be your coach and love to be your instructor. Let me show you how we can get started in this. This course with the Stock Savvy deal, the full program is $3,600. $3,600 per student. You can make that as a one-time payment or have 4 monthly payments of $953 per student. There's a little premium added with the 4 monthly payments, so that total will be $3,812. The dates for the live sessions are Monday, May 19th, Monday, June 2nd, the Memorial Day holiday week. We're going to skip that week. So there'll be 2 weeks between session 1 and session 2, and then Monday, June 9th. They are progressive sessions and they will be recorded. So even if you have to miss the session live, I've had students that said, I can't make the meetings on Mondays, but can I watch it all live on the replay? Yes, you can. You have lifetime access to this. I really hope that you're there live. But that's the best way, because you can ask the questions right there. You get access. It's just better when you're there live. I teach it live just like I did this, instead of just putting videos out there for you to learn by yourself. Now, let me tell you, I'm going to give you some bonuses, just a part of the Stock Savvy deal. There's 2 bonuses that are waiting for you right now. The first one is a lesson, 6 simple steps to stock watching. If you want to learn to watch stocks, remember I said I want you to develop some stock watching and stock research skills. I have a lesson, 6 simple steps to stock watching. You learn how to watch for potential stocks to buy in just 45 seconds a day. We're going to set you up. There's nothing to buy. I'm going to tell you some things to download, to put on your phone, how to set things up. And I want you to look at it 3 times a day. for 15 seconds each. For 45 seconds a day, you can do all the stock watching that you need. This is how I and most of my students worked a full-time, very busy job and was able to trade stocks because we learn how to stock watch and we learn how to put automated trades in. So you don't have to sit there in front of a computer all day. I teach you just the opposite. No, don't sit in front of a computer all day. That's not how I teach it all. So this is available for you right in Money Reverse University. When you sign up, you can get this that very same day. It's about, I think it's about a 20, 25-minute lesson. It's not very long. And then the second bonus that you get is the Graduates Forum. Remember the Facebook group that I told you about that has the video training library of resources? You got tools and worksheets. You got biblical investing lessons, group coaching, impromptu market updates. All of that, you typically get that after you graduate. That's why it's called the Graduates Forum. Typically, you will get that after you finish the course. But when you sign up with this, you will get immediate membership. I'll add you immediately to that Graduates Forum, and then you will be in that next session in which I teach about those Bitcoin trades, the Bitcoin trades that I was telling you about, because I'm teaching that to my graduates. So that is the second bonus that you get. Now, let me tell you, for those of you, if you know you want to do this, if this is something that you say, I do want to do this, I know that, and I know that Carolyn is the instructor for me, then I'm going to tell you, you need to jump on the early bird special. You'll get the full program for only $3,300. And that is whether you make a one-time payment or you choose to pay for 4 months. So the one-time payment, $3,300, and then the four-month payment, you pay each month $825. So with that, if this is something that you know you want to do in this season, then this is what you need to do. You have until Friday, May 9th, just a week and a day. And by 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, sign up. There's a coupon code that you'll need to use. If you choose the one-time payment, the coupon code is early1, and you'll see it apply that discount right there. If you choose the 4-month payment, the coupon code is early4MO for 4 months. And you will see the discount applied right there. So you have a different code based on what payment plan you choose. Let me show you what that looks like. When you go to Money Reverse University, if you go to sign up, this is the checkout page that you're going to see. And so with that, the first thing you do is select your payment timeline. There's a bubble here. Right now, it's selected with the one-time payment, or you could just click that bubble to say we want to do the 4-month payment. And then see right below subtotal, it says add discount code. I want you to click that add discount code. And when you do that, it will say put the coupon code in. And you would put in early1 if you did the one-time payment. You would put in early4MO if you did the 4-month payment. Okay? Simple enough? Good deal. Now, I want to tell you, I do have a money-back guarantee with this program. This program is guaranteed to provide you the education to research and trade stocks and ETFs after completing the 21 days of coursework and the 45 days of virtual trading, or you will get your money back. You're going to know how to research and you're going to know how to trade. Now, the thing about this is that you have to be there live for this guarantee to be in place. See the tiny print underneath the guarantee that says you have to be at every session live and you have to complete the homework. Because if you are every session live and you complete the homework, you've done everything, because you're in the homework, we're going to research and trade stocks and ETFs. That's what the homework is. So if you do that, you have done that. Now, if you're watching it via video, then this guarantee doesn't apply to you, because I need to be there to coach you through it. So with that, I can tell you, nobody's ever claimed that they did not learn and were not able to trade after going through this session. They didn't. As a matter of fact, they sign up with me for other products. I have other services that I offer. They say, I want you to coach me in everything. A lot of my students are saying, I want you to teach options. And they say, oh, I said, there's so many people teaching options. Oh, yeah. And they said, no, we want you to teach options. Okay. Now, here we go. There's several people that have taken this and said, yeah, I have several testimonials from many people. Several of you here have taken the lesson. If you've taken this before, can you put in the comment, I'm a graduate? I see several of you that are graduates. If you can just put in the comments to say, I'm a proud graduate. I'm a graduate. So thank you, graduates, for coming back and supporting me. I want to tell you also about another product offering, and that is the trading traction. You know how to trade, but you want to just get your foot in there to get that traction so you can take off. This is what you take if you want to learn to make money in the market every week. This is the prereq for moving into my quick money trading group. This trading traction lesson, it also includes a 1-month internship into the quick money trading group. So in my trading group, we have people come in when they take this trading traction, then they come in and they just join the group for a month. And then if you want to stay in the group, you can stay in the group. But this is a requirement for moving into that quick money trading group. And there is a separate cost for this one. But the thing about this is you cannot take this until you take the 21 days. Because then I know what you got, and because I assume that by the time you get here, there's some basic things that you have learned already. Okay? So if trading is something that's on your radar, then you're on the path. This is the first step to the path. The 21 days to stock market investing. Here we go. We put it all together. We got the #1 bonus, which is the stock watching, 6 simple steps to stock watching, and you get the graduates forum. Know that if you register, enroll by May 9th, you can get this whole shebang for $3,300 or for a payment of $825. There's no markup on the 4-month payment. If this is something that you want to do, I'm going to encourage you to do that. And I am going to now put the link for this in the comments. In the comments, hold on. Let's put the link for this in the comments. So hang on just a second. And if you have any questions, go ahead. Post your questions in the comments. And so we got that there. I'm going to also post it on my personal timeline. So I'm going to post it on my personal timeline as well. Oh yeah, I see a lot of you on my personal timeline. Okay, just a second. I got to go back and get it. Since I had the computer fiasco, it takes a little bit. I got things all hummed up here. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them in the comments while I do this. Okay, we got it. We got it out there. Okay, now I just summarized everything real close here. Again, enrollment opens today, Thursday, May 1st. Early bird discount ends Friday, May 9th. So just over a week. Now, enrollment for the full course closes on Saturday, May 17th, with class beginning on May 19th. It takes me a little bit to prepare for you. So if you do want to start the class on May 19th, please enroll by May 17th, by midnight on Saturday, May 17th. I'm going to shut it all down and I'm going to start preparing for all of the students. And so we don't want you to miss out. Now, I will probably teach this again in the fall. I typically teach this because it's a live course. I teach it twice a year because I teach it live. And so with that, I will probably teach it again in the fall. I have had people come to me and say, Carolyn, I want to take your course and I want to take it now. And they pay me and have a one-on-one course. They pay a little bit more. They pay more than this because it's not a group course. But I had one gentleman that came that he had taken, well, first of all, before I tell you that, if you want to have a conversation with me, I'm going to also put a link in here so you can schedule some time with me. Let's just schedule some time and talk about it and we can see if this is right for you. I want to kind of hear what you're thinking. What's going on with you. And if you have any questions for me, you can definitely ask those. So let's do this. I'm on a Windows computer. I don't do Windows, but that's what my backup is. My backup is a Windows computer. So let's see if I can get it in here. And post any questions that you have in the comments. Oh, yeah. That's the one I got. So that's a 30-minute meeting. Wow. That's a 30-minute. That's the only one I could grab with the windows here. Let me see if I can get a link. I will post a link in my personal timeline as well. So if you want to talk and have a conversation about it, find a time on my calendar that works for both of us, and we can definitely do that. And especially if you want to do it before the early bird discount, we got several days. I told you I don't do a hard sell. I schedule the classes, I teach them, I give everybody what they need. I'm not doing a hard sell. So you got time to think about it. I would love to have you. I had a gentleman that came to me. Actually, we were talking. I know this gentleman, and we were talking about trading and talking about stocks. And this gentleman has taken another individual's course that's a very good instructor, a very good instructor. The course costs 3 times what mine does. And so I was talking to this individual about some things that was coming up. I think it was more Fed stuff or things that we were trading around. And this individual didn't even know what I was talking about. I go, "You didn't learn that in your course?" I said, "Okay, well, are you doing this? Are you doing that?" He goes, "No, we're not doing that." And I go, "Wow. Okay, good luck to you." And he said, after we were not together anymore, he talked to his wife, and he called me and said, "I want my wife to take your course. We want our own course. I will pay you more than your going price because I want my wife to have a one-on-one time with you to learn stock market. I'm not going to pay the kind of money that I paid this other person, and I see from you that my wife can get this from you. I know she can. They watch the Stock Savvy." And his wife did take the course. She had a one-on-one private lesson. She did some virtual trading, and she made big money in the virtual trading. So that was very exciting. I was so excited about that. So just know that I will help you to get there. There are some individuals that we have to work through some of the fears, and we'll do that as well. We'll do that as well. Sometimes a little bit of fear comes with this. It's a part of it. It's a part of it. That's why I say you kind of have to press through. All of this is going to be pressing through. So when we do that investing personality assessment, we're going to see what's going on, and then we'll work through that. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to look through the comments now and see if I see any questions. Says, "I'm looking forward to talking to you soon." Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm going to scroll back up and see if I see any questions. Thank you guys for showing up for these sessions. And I will get some email out too. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do, if these Stock Savvy sessions have been beneficial to you, I'm going to ask you, if you haven't already, if you can go to and subscribe to my social media channels, Money Reverse on Facebook and Money Reverse on YouTube. Just go and subscribe and like my channels. That would really help me out. I would really appreciate that. And then if you think that this is beneficial and can benefit other people in your sphere, just share this video out on your timeline. That would help as well. So stay tuned, because I will be doing some other teaching. Now, for Financial Literacy Month is the month of April. We just closed out Financial Literacy Month. And what I did throughout the month, there's some other teachings out there that are not stock market related. So go out there, and there's some other teaching on setting goals. And I even forget what I taught about. And then you'll also see I will be on a radio show this Saturday, and we'll be talking about the stock market on the radio show. I'll be on the Marriage Talk Show, and I will put that on my timeline as well. But I would love to have you come on board and join the 21 Days to Stock Market Investing. If this is something that you have been wanting to do, then I'm going to say this is your time. Why would you wait? Why would you wait? Ask yourself, why would you wait to go to a better place? You've got the right coach right here. So I'm so looking forward to seeing you. I don't see any questions. I see a very good update. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you, guys. And so you'll see more from me later on. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining Stock Savvy Sessions. Stay tuned for when I do it again. Be blessed, everybody.